It is Wednesday night again. It's the Wednesday Night Mouse Party. I am DM Foss, and tonight we've got Gizzard Gary. How you doing, Gizzard?
Doing good. Glad to be back. Thanks for having me.
And Gun Websites. How's it going down in the desert?
Going good. Thanks for the invite.
So, let's take a quick look, see who was out there so far. DJ was out there. He always likes to have a big wee. Kingpin saying happy every second matters. It's maybe a day early, but the sentiment still stands. Sergeant Joe Smith, Gizzard Gary, Gun Websites, Vulcan Rumble. He's saying he hopes you feel better, G Webs.
Yep, I just had food poisoning. It went away pretty quick. Thanks.
Carolina EDC Reviews, just swinging by to say hello. And Vanessa Kitty. What are you drinking?
Pretty gross looking thing of water, but it's just water with a little bit of lemon juice in it.
Wow.
I guess the coffee has stained the inside of this cup, though.
Was that a design inside of that cup or just stain?
No, just gross from coffee, I guess. I didn't look in there.
Yeah. So we can take a quick gander at this week's poll. Let me get the right window open. And let me put a link for the poll in case anyone has not voted yet. I'll paste that there.
I haven't voted.
Oh.
Better go vote real quick.
So pinned at the top is a link. So if you haven't voted in this week's poll, you can go over there and vote. And it was best way to make eggs. And I did realize after I had posted it, I should have put cooked eggs or prepared eggs, but scrambled, fried, which includes hard or over easy, hard boiled, soft boiled, omelet, or poached, because I'm a fancy boy / girl. And fried took it at 46%, scrambled 32%, omelet 18%, hard boiled 3, and poached 1. And let me take a look at the comments. Chris Lang said fried in deep, delicious bacon grease. Vanessa Kitty, be a chicken, duck, goose, all manners of poultry. Wolf and lamb, over easy with toast to dip in the runny yolk. That's the way I like it. That and I'll go back and forth between over easy and scrambled eggs. Sergeant Joe Smith said at IHOP, at IHOP, I always say poached to see if waiter knows what I'm talking about. Usually they don't, but the cook always have. And he also said baked and raw. The goddamn bacon said fertilized. Tim Allen, it depends on my mood. I generally like over easy if I'm having things like hash browns or the like with them. I also sometimes really like omelets with veggies, ham, cheese, and the basics. DJ Play Nice said, once over, slash the yolk, fried hard, served on the sunny side. A bagel, toasted brown with cream cheese, lox, and red onions. If you have it. If not, do you have capers? A metric ton of bacon, a double side of béarnaise, and a Diet Dr. Pepper. And Lakeview Outdoors said, with Tapatio.
And you call poached fancy, and then you got DJ's order out there. I don't think I've seen
Yeah.
anything quite that specific in my life.
But I will have usually after the chats, a few hours after the chats, early morning, I'll usually make either over easy eggs or scrambled eggs. And I'll have 2 pieces of toast and a hot chocolate. Also, depending on what kind of sausage I have, if I have link sausage, I'll have 2. If I've got the patties, then I'll have 1.
I was by the brown and serve sausages, and I
That
just microwave those. Those are tasty.
that's what I do. That's what I have right now. Uh, if uh, if I can get the Costco ones, then I'll get the big bag of the sausage patties from Costco.
I don't know why. I've just kind of gotten used to the ones that are the the longer
Yeah,
tubular frozen sausages, but those microwave really well.
yeah, and like the links, it's only like 45 seconds, and then they're done.
Hmm. I usually
With
have 3, but you're
uh,
making me hungry, and I'm out of eggs, man. That's just wrong. I went to the store on Sunday. I got home late Saturday night, so I went to the store. I believe it was Sunday, and bought groceries. And I meant to get eggs. I got sausages. Then I got home and realized I forgot to go to the other side of the store where the eggs were and pick up any. So I was kind of disappointed. And I've been ill this week, so I've been hesitant to go back to the store, seeing as I tested positive for the you know what.
oh,
Yeah, the fun stuff you bring home from SHOT Show. Although I've felt better for the last couple of days, I actually went for a walk today, so I'm alive. I just don't want to get anybody sick, so I'm not going to go back out for another day or two, probably, till I feel a little bit better.
We have some drawings of some of the egg buffets that we went to at Vegas that were strictly buffets of just egg dishes.
We went to Peppermill, the Peppermill restaurant there on the strip a couple times, and they're the ones that have the 10 egg omelets. And I'm not kidding, these are 10 egg omelets. They are huge
Yeah, I
and
can even imagine.
delicious. They're a meal. Oh, yeah. And they serve it 24 hours.
Look at this egg. It's like that mashed potatoes, or is that just one big giant egg?
dinosaur egg.
Yeah, I think that's bigger than an ostrich egg. It just decided, I'll just draw it the way I feel like drawing it over here.
Never been to a store where they had loose eggs like that you could just pick up.
And then whatever this is, go ahead and have a good helping of this.
I don't know. I'd eat it.
Ooh,
Eels?
ooh, you hope it's an eel.
Yeah, fried up good. It'll be fine.
She's eating it. I'm scared of these people because they're like, oh, look at this giant buffet. I'll take a small plate with one thing on it, please.
Those
That's
people are just eating right at the buffet line. I'm not sure that's an acceptable practice in many
What's up with
states.
the guy in the blue shirt?
With he has a hair knot for a mustache. It's a new
Yeah.
thing for the kids.
He's wearing his COVID mask in the restaurant, I guess. Huh?
Dread is saying eel is like catfish.
I love catfish.
I've only had it once, and that was the small catfish that we've caught in the little like mill ponds from fishing, but I don't think I prepared it right because it tasted like mud.
And
Did
this
you
was the
catch
first
it?
time.
Yeah.
The trick is to soak them overnight. My mom used to always soak them in milk, but some people will soak them in a water bath also. But you got to soak them for 24 hours. That'll get a lot of that muddy taste out of them.
And this one, I had to tell it, like, how about you give them some plates? Like, not humans don't just sit there looking at the buffet.
Well, they all have spoons in their hands, but I'm not sure what they're doing with the food.
Yeah, like they each have a spoon in each hand. Like, I'm
Maybe
not
they're
going to
just
this
eating
buffet.
right out of the buffet line. I don't know.
It was like they're like carefully arranging all the different trays, like so you're not supposed to go in there and mess with them. But those are some big trays. This is some
There's
really
a lot of
long
people at that buffet. That's a
Yeah.
huge buffet.
for
Well,
not
they've
one
got-
plate.
They've got plates in the middle where you can't reach them.
Yeah, have to reach over the food to get to the plates. Yeah.
Today it's the buffet illustrations. Tomorrow, the world. So it's been a couple of weeks. What kind of bracket do you got stored up for this week?
Well, I've got a bracket that's loaded and ready to go, but it takes the blood of 4 human panelists. So,
Like one of them
Yeah.
John Wick coins, we'll have to stick our finger in there and like mechanical stuff happens when the blood's flowing in there.
yeah.
Well, darn. We're
What
a
if
body
Gizzard
short.
gives up twice as much blood as one person?
Nope, it has to be 4 unique individuals.
Well, I'm pretty unique, but I'm not unique enough to be 2, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not my rules. It's just
Yeah, I understand. Rules are rules.
the somewhat kind of random, arbitrary rules that were made up. So. Let me get that over. There we go. So, how was SHOT Show for you, Gary?
Well, I got to meet a celebrity while I was there.
Oh, who'd you meet?
I got to meet this celebrity by the name of Bacon Bit.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, that one right there. A very friendly little guy. So yeah, I got to meet him. It was actually, considering all of the hurdles I had to jump over, I stepped in a hole on range day and ended up turning my ankle, and that hurt me all week. As I said, didn't feel well come Friday. Not bad sick, but by Sunday morning I was sick. But it's a good show, I thought. For me, anyway, there's a lot of people there, a lot of good vendors out there. Not a lot of unique stuff, but just a lot of stuff out there. There seemed to be a pretty good vibe to everybody at the show. It's a big crowd, 55,000. I don't know if that's a record or not, but it has to be up there. So for me, I didn't quite get everything I needed to get done because I ran out of time and my mobility wasn't the best, like I said. But all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with it.
well, probably what everybody's wondering is, did you get more zipper pulls?
I did. I went by, that's a funny story. I went by the IWI booth and I was waiting to talk to somebody, and there was another YouTuber next to me, and they were talking about getting some swag and stuff. And I saw the gal get out a bag of zipper pulls and start to hand to the guy, and he said he didn't want them or something like that. And so then the gal turned to me and I explained to her that it's kind of an inside joke on my channel I have that I raked their table one year and had a great deal of IWI zipper pulls, and it would be a really good inside joke if I could get a bag of those zipper pulls to bring back with me. So she reached down and handed me the bag of zipper pulls. So, yes, indeed, I did come back with zipper pulls. Zipper pulls for everyone.
Well, that's good. I saw your post that you have a Blade HQ affiliation thing, whatever you call it now.
Yeah, I applied for that actually over a month ago, and initially I was turned down. Well, not turned down so much as they told me that they weren't accepting any new affiliates. And I kind of thought, well, shoot, I waited too late to get in on that game. I didn't even think anything about it. Got an email this morning saying, we've accepted you into our affiliate program. It's like, well, I wasn't expecting that. And that's what I'm kind of excited about because well, I've done a lot of shopping on Blade HQ, so that gives me an awful lot of opportunities to promote things. So, yeah.
I do like to go and peruse Blade HQ.
Me too. I've spent way too much money on that website.
And they've got decent prices.
Oh yeah, and they have exclusives that there are some versions of let's say Civivi knives, Benchmade knives that are only that are produced specifically for Blade HQ, like the Desert Warrior editions and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the ones with the donuts on them.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can get stuff there that you can't get anywhere else, and that's one of the things I like about them. That and they ship pretty quickly too. So, and they have good videos on YouTube. If you subscribe to the Blade HQ YouTube channel, they do good knife promos and stuff like that on there. So.
Homesteading with Soulless Ginger wants to know, G-Webs, how many awesome patches did you score this year?
Quite a few. I only missed a couple, I think, that I know of so far.
But did you get the scavenger hunt completed?
No, not even close. I got 3. I couldn't find any of them. Like, I don't know. They were such weird logos. My brain wasn't catching them.
Yeah, I did my homework before the show. When you sent me that picture, that preview of what was going to be in there, I went in on my SHOT Show planner and found all the companies and made up a spreadsheet of where all the booths were so I could hit them. Unfortunately, one of them was Staccato. And that first day when I went by the Staccato booth, they were out. They told me to come back Tuesday morning. Well, evidently the first person that completed theirs completed it Monday morning because I went by the booth and gave them my completed patch panel, and they said, "You know what you get? A high five."
But were you supposed to get something?
Well, if you're the first one to do it, yeah, you got some extra swag and stuff like that. But anyway, I've got a memento from the show. I got the cool patch panel that they gave away with them, and I got all 12 patches, so it didn't take that long to do, maybe an hour or two over 2 days, do that while you were doing other things. And it did expose me to some new vendors that I wasn't familiar with and some interesting stuff. That's kind of the purpose of it, I believe, is to maybe give some people who wouldn't get some exposure. So yeah, it's fun.
Do you have it handy where you can show us?
I got mine behind me here somewhere, but mine's empty. Mine just has 3 on it. I don't even think they're on.
He asked me that, and I don't remember where I put it. Give me one moment. I'll be right back.
So when you were coming up with your excuses for the bracket, I typed in there something to the effect of a bracket that requires the blood of 4 participants in order to work, but there are only 3 people to participate. Are you interested in seeing what the AI came up
Sure.
with for that? There has to be a disclaimer for anybody because this is going to be creepy. This is definitely one of the creepier things that AI has come up with. Not this one, but that's the beginning of it. So that's the bracket. Or this one's not too bad. Then this is the worst one.
Ugh.
So they came up with that.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this one I kind of get like, oh, okay, the blood of 4. Okay, there's 3 people. Okay, well, kind of that's what it's like. Me and Gizzard are doing all the work over here. You're getting all the profit right here with your bucket of profit right there. Or this one, like, I don't know where this came from. It's like 100 people in this one. But that's kind of like what Gizzard's doing, having to put his foot in the blood. It's just like,
I found it.
Okay.
Oh.
So that was super creepy. It's put on by Tough, or Tough organizes it. They're the top there. So you did get a staccato after all.
Yeah, I had to go back on Tuesday and get that. That was the
never
only
got
one I didn't have by the end of Monday, I believe.
I never got one. All I got is the Kinetica, the one underneath the staccato, and then the Tough one, and then the Team Tough one because they gave them to me when I got them.
Yeah, this security products one, the second one down here, that was actually a very neat company.
Oh no, they were there last year, huh? That's that like badge or that sash that you put on. Yeah.
Yeah, they made this thing that you put over your neck. They make them for law enforcement, and they also make them for private citizens too. And it's kind of a green thing that's sized like a wallet. And in the case of you having to be involved in a defensive shooting, you can open this thing up and it turns into a sash that you put over your neck that says something to the effect of uh, licensed or legal firearm carrier or something. So if the police come, they can identify who the person defending themselves was, so they won't accidentally shoot you thinking you might have been the shooter or something like that. So kind of a neat idea.
Solus Ginger said that's one reason he's talking about the patches, I believe. That's one reason I'd like to go once just to get a ton of patches. I love me some patches. And the only booth that I wouldn't love to been at was PSA.
Would have loved to been at, right?
Would have. Oh yeah.
So it's a pretty fun booth for people that like it. People that hate it can stand aside and go, "Oh, I hate that booth. Look at how crowded that booth is all the time." But that booth is constantly crowded. They give away coffee or something constantly. They had somebody there from like those people, different people there for more than just the guns for sure. And they give away patches. There's nobody that gives away patches like them anymore, is there, Gizzard? Like Geisley used to, or at times Geisley has, but PSA gives away more patches than any other entity.
I'd have to say that's true. Yes.
Maybe Gun Owners of America gives away as many, but not as many because PSA constantly has like essentially like 3 3-gallon buckets of patches, 4 3-gallon buckets of patches constantly full. But they have a lot of stuff going on with their stuff, and then they have some kind of ammo. So constantly people in that booth.
Dread is asking, while visiting these less known booths, was there anything that you was surprised or found very interesting?
Oh, for sure. I don't know what Gizzard was doing, but
Well, I mentioned the DSM safety products. My case builder, which I wasn't real familiar with, but they basically make foam inserts for gun cases, customized, like the little cases we carry in our baggage, when we fly with our guns and stuff. Normally, they just have the little squares that you pull out in the shape of your gun, but they make pre-made pre-made foam inserts for just about any case. Now, I'm told that they're rather on the pricey side, but anyway, I found that interesting among the smaller companies that I visited with, and so I'm sure G-Webs has one or two, so I'll let him go in.
I was just gonna say tons, really, but um, I was thinking of something, and then I opened up my pictures here, and now, of course, I'm looking at all kinds of stuff that I'm remembering from my pictures. Um, but that baseball bat looking thing, did you see that before the show?
The bat that's a gun. Was that the
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I don't know if you want to, how much you want to get into stuff, but I got my pictures open here.
We can look at them.
So, what do you think of a gun like this? That's I don't know what this is. It's 223. That's a PMAG, right? But it's
Looks
not a
like it.
lever action. I don't think it's just a different type of not AR. So that was interesting. I think. Does this just open up if I double click on this stuff? No, I guess not. This was Tops Knives. Have you seen? Oh, I see. It's just going to open up behind every time. Have you seen that before? Is that Cavett Arms? I wonder if this thing, if I can get it to just open full screen right away. Have you seen this thing before?
Ooh, I haven't.
I think I've seen it before, but and
Is
then
that holy water?
I'm assuming something, right? Like some kind of a vampire thing.
Yeah.
Midwest Industries. I don't know. See, I just took pictures of lever actions and stuff. I don't know nothing about what I'm taking pictures of. Really. That's a pretty bad picture too. I'd have to mess with it. I gotta, I guess, figure out how to open these things so that they open up on top of each other. But these are two ARs next to each other. I don't know if that's interesting to people or not. Just for playing, I guess. Yeah, I gotta. Maybe it's because I'm sorting them wrong or something. They keep showing up behind each other. Sorry about that. I don't know what you think about this kind of stuff, but I think this is real. This is just, they just put it together in white and black to make it look like a stormtrooper or whatever. I think that's real stuff. I don't have these presented or nothing. I saw that guy or some guy wearing that shirt. Have you ever done a Buc-ee's thing? Have you ever thought about doing a Buc-ee's thing? Well, you know what? I could probably zoom in and see these a lot better. I don't know what you think of this kind of stuff.
I don't like the people on it.
The engravings of people or what?
Yeah.
Can I turn this? How do I do this? Like this? There we go. I think this one is the Nemo Arms. I don't know. No, I think I was just walking past this. I don't know what this is. Probably Thunder Beast Arms, I guess. Talking about that thing. So what do you think of these kind of lever guns?
I'm not a big fan, but I did kind of like the look of the the Aero Precision one.
And this isn't this? Is this an Aero Precision one?
I don't think that is.
Okay. And I think this is the Bond Arms one.
Does it shoot? Does it shoot derringers?
This is the new PMAG. There's a translucent PMAG now. So that was all day Tuesday. This will be my Wednesday pictures. This thing is one of the things I was looking for. So when you said things that are cool or interesting at the show, what do you think of this thing?
Oh, that's different.
So this is ballistic. What they're called? I forget what they're called. Ballistic Dummy Labs or something. And they make human ones. People use them in YouTube videos all the time. But this is the same concept, making a skull and then making a gel of the rest of the bear head. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Problem is they don't last very long. They have to use them pretty quick. I think they fall apart. There's a little tiny doggy. This one's about the size of a bit.
What do we do? Man, it's not the professional stuff.
So right, and then this was right when I must have been meeting up with Gizzard, right before we met up at that Goat Guns place. So that little dog, though, I don't have the video queued up or whatever, but that little dog was playing with whatever dogs would walk by. So I was going to try to bring Bit over there and play with that robot dog. This one is the Stag Arms one, and that one behind it is the Aero Precision. So this one is the one you're talking about that Toby's holding, I think.
Yeah.
And I have a shitty picture of it here. But this was in the Stag Arms booth, and this was theirs. So that was the Stag Arms version of lever action. Let's see. This is... I thought I was drinking a beer, and I turned out to drink some kind of craft cider. So that was lame. That's what happens when you don't drink enough. What do we have here? This is another gun. Oh, this is the the Wii Tactical. Was it called Wii Tactical? And they made the little JR-15.
Yeah.
Then they turned into this. They're making an AK. So that's a 22 long rifle AK. And that's a little 22 long rifle magazine that's like patterned off an AK-74 mag. So I'm looking forward to that. That's just a 3D printed version of it. This is Gizzard hanging out at that booth with that little tiny gun and their new branding over there.
It's Gizzard size.
Oh,
He's getting
wow.
up for George, I think, he said.
I don't even remember you taking that picture. Wow. Cool.
Yeah, I got a bunch of B-roll from people. I just don't ever remember to send it to them. I'll figure it out this year. So this is that SARS Malars company. They got a bunch of AKs. They're the ones with the SAR bags. I thought this was pretty cool. Little Doberman thing. So this was a leash that would, you kind of pull on this handle and it lets the dog go. This was all downstairs. What was the good downstairs? What was this? Oh, this is at the Anderson booth. I would think that one of these, this has got to be, here it is. You want to see this? A sneak preview.
This is the standard bat that we end up making on here. It's aluminum. And you can more than happy to feel, see what that feels like. Yeah.
It's got a little bit of heft on the one side.
Yep. Stand still. Quite a bit heavier.
Yeah, it's a little tire thumper.
Standard bat, we do sell them on Amazon. So those are tire thumper fish whackers.
These are on Amazon. People can already grab
Yes,
these.
yeah. These cannot go on Amazon. This is a pistol.
Okay.
This fires a 22 LR. That's your grip, that's your barrel, that's your trigger, that is your chamber.
Oh, dude, I want that.
Single shot, load up one side there, right? One
Second
side,
outdoor.
throw together. We are working on the revolver, and we'll be able to put that together. We are working on the Magnum as well, and the 410. So we weren't able to complete them. We show them over here. So right now it's in lock. You can see that. You go ahead and hit, whack, do whatever you need to do on that without it firing. Pulls that firing pin away from the ammunition.
Okay.
Be able to arm it, lock, go over safe, let the button pop up, move it on over to fire.
Okay.
You can see that on there.
So there's
Pull
quite
back.
a mechanism in order to
Yes,
get it
it
into a
takes quite a
fire.
bit to be able to let go. That rams up against that fire. That gets your ammunition. You'll fire right off.
Right on. So non-NFA.
You don't need an AOW.
Right on.
It's got your grip. It's got all your stuff on there. It's fire.
Right on. It's a firearm.
So you can go ahead. If you have a bell and everything on fire.
And it's about the weight of the stainless steel one.
Yes, about the same weight.
What's the response been at the show?
Everybody's been very surprised.
Right on.
Yeah, they think it's pretty darn cool. So it's pretty neat.
Hey, thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And the bat.
Matt?
So that's the bat,
That's pretty cool.
right? Awesome. So if you ever had like a tire thumper for smashing tires, it's essentially the same weight. You want to see what Glock did? Somewhere in here, I've got the Glock booth. Did you go over and look at the Glock booth, Gizzard?
No, I did not.
Because, you know, what happened and everything. Oh, that's Monday. It's not quite the Stinger because the Stinger had an actual trigger. This thing is just a slam fire, which I think is kind of neat. Oh, there's this thing. Did you get to see this thing at all? That's a 50 BMG drum.
Wow. Holds about $100 worth of ammo.
100? Well, I guess it depends on what you got in there, but yeah. 100 plus, right? Or 100 at least.
Oh, yeah.
I would think it would be right here. So, did I do it on Wednesday? I don't think I did it on Wednesday.
If you're man enough to fire off 20 rounds out of a 50 BMG, you're serious about defense, let me tell you.
Oh, here it is.
They did a nice job with the design.
With the magazine there?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, Fostech does, that's their thing, right? Like, they definitely don't skimp on the look of it, I don't think, of anything they've done. So I tried to show, like, when you walk into SHOT, this is what you see from Glock. Normally, this would be a ton, like all this all of this would be booths of guns. All of this would be full. So they essentially they intentionally did not use most of their booth. So they had this big section here, and then they had like this kind of video. It's about 2 minutes long, but it's neat because they kind of show some behind the scenes stuff you don't get to see very often. Well, at least back in the day, you didn't get to see it very often. And then there was this permanent thing over here saying about, him. And then the video would have like a pause here where it would talk about him. So essentially that was their deal, is to like leave probably 3/4 of their booth just open space in that, like, whatever you want to call that, like, area there.
Yeah, that's not like them, because normally they'll have every side of their booth, there'll be a line of pistols and everything else. So
Yeah, essentially they duplicate their booth 3 or 4 times sometimes so that everyone has a chance to come up and see everything. And now that, well, you've been there before when, or wait, have you been to SHOT when Arlie was signing stuff? Because a big chunk of the Glock booth was, him signing people's books and stuff and the line. So, like, sometimes the Glock booth, the Glock booth always had sort of a.
he died in 2018, so no, that was 2 years before I ever attended my first SHOT show.
Oh, okay.
I was there when they had Chuck Norris there one year.
Well, it got to be similar. So, when they have somebody who they know is going to be demanding a crowd or whatever, then they'll kind of set up the booth so that that line doesn't destroy the booth. Is this one? Did I already take this one? I think I did. This was the first one I took.
Yeah.
Kind of what is it? The PPSH.
Kind of looks like that. Yeah, it's bigger, but yeah, kind of. What's this? Oh, it opened up in a whole different screen for some reason. Here's something. Why are this open? Oh, it's because I opened it full screen, I guess. I don't know what this is. I just took a picture of it because it's got an AK mag sticking out of it.
It's a pistol.
Oh, yeah, huh? So I think that, and then I have a video of the ounce pistol again, the one with the 10 rounds at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, here's somebody walking around inside a SHOT Show. I ran in there. Got pictures of them in there. I was pissed because I didn't think I was going to do it. I totally forgot that I was bringing him with me. I should have had his little badge and stuff on him when he went in there. I gave him a whooping after, because he forgot to bring his badge. This is the USA shooting booth. This is just some general shots of the show to give you an idea of how sparse it was. This was on Friday. How empty the show was on Friday. Just some B-roll. This was some people that were looking like they needed to get some coverage of their product, so they essentially make these arms that go to Ear Pro, and then your Eye Pro connects with magnets so that you don't have to stick your Ear Pro under your Eye Pro under your Ear Pro, if you've ever dealt with that. Everybody said to go look at Mean Design, so I went and looked at them, did a couple of videos. That's John Crump and Flying Rich. They were hanging out there.
Yeah, I saw both of them there. Met John Crump for the first time. He actually introduced himself to me. I didn't think he knew who I was, so that was interesting.
What do you think of this thing? I think that's airsoft.
Kind of cool looking.
Looks like a stormtrooper gun almost.
Right? I took a picture of it and then I'm like, dang it, I think that's airsoft.
That I did see.
So this is the NAA Pug mixed with the Sidewinder. And evidently they had patches of this thing that they didn't give me.
Yeah, I don't think I got one either. I want that gun though.
Yeah, I don't like the Sidewinder with a passion, but I'll take that gun if they give it to me, but I don't think they're giving them to anybody. That is the aim point on top of a double up, over
under.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out how to say
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
This was a set of crayons that are like a giveaway, like a swag thing.
Yeah. Ghost would have enjoyed those.
Yeah, I got the last one, so you can suck it. What was this? Something good? Oh, just some dog going up the escalators. I take pictures of dogs. There's Clover talking to somebody. Oops. Oh, Clover talking to some old guy. These guys are like, we smoke pipes and we're old and we smoke pipes. They were sitting there for like an hour talking about how they smoke pipes. We got a bunch of pictures of Brooke hanging out with Arms Room Radio. Trying to get a good picture.
Yeah, I did finally get to meet her.
Looks like we got a dinner here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, which one is this? Oh no, this is eating with DJ and Brooke. I bet you. Hold on. I think I might have exclusive something here. Hold on. Everybody, hold on. I think I might have something here. I think I do. This is an exclusive picture. Gizzard can describe what we're looking at here.
Oh, that's the steak and lobster tail. Yes.
This is Gizzard's spread from Monday.
Yeah, I got a picture of it too.
I was sitting next to Gizzard when he was eating. I'm like, oh shit, that's probably the fanciest food I'll see this week.
Gizzard got the surf and turf.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
And then here's the puppy who didn't get any surf and turf.
Aw.
I think it was Sarge. Somebody had a steak and they left like a big chunk of meat on the plate, and then the lady took it, and I was like, dope! Like, oh man, I should have said something. And then whoever it was way down to the left had this big chunk of food on the plate, and I thought it was a big chunk of hamburger or something, but it was sausage, he said, huh?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But here's everybody. This is probably, I don't know if this is a good picture or not, but that's everybody. 17 people. We all got together. Pretty fun. Here's the cheating. How we figured out the patch scavenger hunt, because I got the inside scoop on Monday. This was a dog gas mask thing out at the range on Monday. It's like I didn't get very many pictures or anything. Oh, I tried to get a picture of some thermal that didn't work out very good. But look how curl that thermal is. That thing is wireless. That thing is wirelessly going to that thing. I thought that's pretty cool. I might have a picture of Gizzard doing something out at the range. No, no. That's Marco taking a picture of some foreigners. They came up and were like, hey, will you take a picture of us? I'm like, sure.
So, picture of a picture. Cool.
Seriously, yeah, just a picture of, like, that's the kind of stuff that happens at the range, you know. Somebody will come up and go, hey, will you take a picture for us? This is the media room breakfast. This is what we get. So over there, Yuta is drinking some coffee over at that thing.
Like Charlie Cook over there, too.
Is Charlie over there? No, that ain't Charlie.
That's not Charlie. Okay.
But, you know, over there, there's some coffee, essentially. 2 things of hot water, probably 2 things of coffee. Over here, a bunch of, like, cut creams, I think, and then maybe 2 more things of coffee. And then, like, here's some fruit on a plate. Here's some little tiny biscuits. I don't know. It's not really that bad, I guess. It's not what as fancy as it's been in the past. And then these things of honey. People are putting an entire jar of honey into their coffee or whatever. They were drinking tea. I thought that was kind of
Yeah, the coffee was actually pretty good. And over to the side next to the coffee, there was cream, there was whole milk, skim milk, and I can't remember what the 4th thing was.
Probably a nut milk or some other non-dairy milk.
You had lots of choices.
Oh shit! Let's not play this one.
Oh,
I don't know what that is, but that's probably not for video.
look like an accidental video.
Yeah, exactly. This is the media room on Monday. No, Tuesday. Yeah, well, essentially the first day of shot. Pretty full. But there's all the coffees.
Over on the right-hand side of the partition is a working media area where you can go over with your computer.
Yeah, I tried to show over there, but not that many people were using it. That's a $1,400 printer. I wonder how I know that one. And this was some of the aisles on that first day. Not very crowded for a SHOT Show, I'll tell you what.
No, but the bridge going over to the Caesars Forum was pretty crowded that first day.
Here's one of those SAR bags everybody talks about. There's another SAR bag sighting. This is all on the first day, too. Look how full those SAR bags were. I thought this was cool. It's like a little cricket looking thing. A little 22 made by Trulock. The place that makes chokes. How cool is that? I don't think that thing got much attention.
It's pretty.
This is over in the new building. Kind of how different it is over there. How big it is.
Yeah, huge hallways. Yeah.
Nothing like the new or the old building. There was this helicopter over there. It's kind of neat.
Just flew that right into the building.
I don't really know what the heck that was about. I guess probably some mounts for the stuff, but still, you're not really. Not too many people are needing that. Yeah, all right. I think that's probably the highlights. I don't have that many amazing pictures, but just poking through, scrolling through some of mine without boring everybody. Unless you want to see what this dog looks like sitting in a bathtub.
He's a very friendly little puppy.
I got this patch off of a dude. That is the Mad Pig, the people making, or maybe painting the lever action, one of the lever action guns. But I got that patch right off the guy. He gave it to me right off his backpack. He said that was the last one he had.
That's pretty sweet.
I went over to the Amphi, the one other event that happens there on Sunday, and met up with the Bug-A-Salt people, and she's like, come back over on Tuesday and I'll get you a Bug-A-Salt gun. I'm like, all right, I'll come back over on Tuesday. Guess what? I went back over on Tuesday, and this was their booth. So I'm like, hey, thanks. I got ghosted. I got Bug-A-Salt ghosted. Walked 2 miles to see that booth. Oh, I guess I got some action shots. There's Clover changing his tires. And then our hotel's on fire. That's DJ farting around. Ambulance going by.
It's a rare shot of Clover without a hat on.
Yeah, working. There's probably not a good shot of all the people down the hallway. Oh, there you go. It's like a zillion. Every firefighter in Las Vegas was in our hallway there. looking for where the fire is, using like thermal rays and stuff to look up for the where the heat was. There's Mella deciding if she's going to be a firefighter. I forgot about that. So we had a little bit of excitement. Oh, here. This is the video. So I was walking along and there's this big dog and I go, hey, did you know that there's a robot over there and he'll play with the dogs that walk by? And this guy's like, where? So I'm like, over here. And then we went over and found that little robot that I was showing you before. So now that dog was like, hell no, I don't want to be around that little robot. It doesn't get any better. That was about the best part because this dog essentially doesn't like that little robot at all. But the little robot will flip over. Like if the dog kind of gives it any attention, he'll do this and then flip over. So then the dog is like, aha, I won. But this dog wouldn't let him win. You know what I mean? He wouldn't let him do his little routine. Oh, I was also digging around the deserts in Nevada while I was out there, and I found this chunk of gold. I brought it to the show and put it in this glass case so people could look at it. That's a replica of the, what does it say? Discovered near Australia. Oh, I guess they're just saying if they found it with that kind of metal detector. I thought it said it was like the second largest piece of gold or something.
Wish I could be that lucky.
You can win a signed guitar by Alice Cooper. Interesting thing to have there. Like I just happen to know Alice Cooper, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. It's not one I would have put together with SHOT Show.
Right?
I would have thought more like Ted Nugent with his guys shoving people around. You know, come get shoved around by Ted Nugent.
It's like some kind of training, like try to get out of his way fast enough type of thing. They had does this work? I don't know if you can tell. So let me oh no, it's not gonna work. So going back to here, see this pipe? There's this extra pipe, and that one has a car in it, so it's red. And that one doesn't have a car in it, so it's green. I don't know if you could tell. And then, so now you can just look around the parking garages and tell which ones have empty spots and which ones are full. So if it's all red, you know that there's no empty spots. And if it's all green, you know there's all kinds of empty spots. So they added these pipes to the parking garages. And I don't know if they did that all over the world or not, but it's crazy. And now because there's these pipes with the colored lights everywhere, you can just go to a parking garage level and it'll say 345 spots open. And it'll say like 72 down this row or like 13 down this row. It's like being in the Matrix. Like you don't even have to wonder where the parking is anymore.
Yeah, it makes it super easy to park. Yeah.
So that's the way SeaTac Airport, the parking garage has been like that for years. Where each level, it'll have a sign that says how many open spots.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of that kind of a thing before, but never like to that level where, you just know which ones the spots are and shit.
I usually just go to the roof because nobody wants to go all the way to the roof. There's always parking up there.
I used to back in when I parked on the other side of the thing where the thing is, where you can get to a roof, but yeah, it's just farther because you have to take like 2 elevators. But from the roof, you get to see the top of SHOT Show, and that's kind of neat. And now the top of SHOT Show is also that eyeball. Oh, have you seen that eyeball in Vegas?
I have a couple pictures of it. Yeah.
You know what we're talking about, Foss?
Yeah, I've seen videos of it.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's they definitely know how to animate a giant eyeball laying on the ground because it does stuff like look at you and blink at you. It freaks you out. It'll turn into like a giant lava lamp. It's pretty neat.
That and that super huge Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
The one
Ferris
that
wheel's
takes
super
30
cool.
minutes to go around, one rotation. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it takes an hour.
Is it an hour? Maybe it's
I
an
don't know.
hour.
I have no idea.
Either way.
But the ball will turn into like water, like it'll turn into like a bunch of fish, and then it's like the sky. Here, I'll do this one again. This is what it's like driving up to the place.
The Vegas. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. I was just looking up the Ferris wheel. 520 feet tall. 550.
It's good size. I got a picture of it here somewhere.
There's zap this over.
Oh,
So when you're driving up to it or whatever, like that building is the hotel that. Wait, no, that building is across the street. That building behind it is the one the convention center's in. And then you come up to it, and this is the ball. This was on Tuesday morning coming up to it.
does it pixelate when you get close to it?
I mean, kind of, but I mean, this is across the street from it, essentially. See how close? I mean, this is doing the 0.5, I think, on the camera, and then this is a 0.2.
Yeah, if you're right next to it, it's a bunch of LEDs, but
But you have to get pretty close. Like, you can walk right up to the bottom of it, too, and it's still pretty impressive.
I think you can go inside of it too, and they show stuff on the inside.
They do
Oh.
concerts and stuff.
Well,
in
you
there.
can go in it, but it costs. I saw a thing where it costs $500 to get a seat in there to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and then when you go in there, it's not like there's like multiple rows. So when you go in there, you got to. There's another day. When you go in there, you got like a roof on top of you. You don't just get to always see to the top unless you're sitting in certain seats. So this was another day where it was like wasn't on as much, and it just looks like the Technodrome or whatever. I think it was technically on, but you just can't see shit.
Yeah, the tallest Ferris wheel I've been on was only 300. Was it 300 feet tall? Just over 300 feet tall in Tokyo. 377. So the Vegas one is huge.
Does it say how long it takes to go around?
Let's see what Wikipedia says.
So here's going in on that same road, but from way farther away, and like how big it is. And this is kind of at, I don't know, it's, daylight.
Let's see. Passenger cabins.
And then what is this? This is driving DJ around to see the show at night, and this is what it looks like coming from the show over to the ball at night, and what it looks like in the middle of the night.
So 30 minutes for the Ferris wheel.
Oh, okay. That's way faster than I thought. I thought you'd die of having to go to the bathroom in a half an hour. That ain't too bad. How much does it cost to go around that thing?
$24.95 during the daytime and $34.95 at night's what I'm rating.
I don't know. I guess it's worth it.
Or for $59.95 you can get an express pass and ride anytime you want to. Each of those cabins
That's where it
is
looks like
22
that
feet
water thing.
around, and they have 8 flat screen televisions inside.
See, there's like a whale swimming by. This is as close as you can essentially get from the street. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what it looked like when we were driving by.
I don't know if I'd want one. I don't know if I'd want to live next to it, but I certainly wouldn't mind having one across town so I could look at it. The dog started smoking these Okinawan cigarettes now. Can you see what that says? You know what it says?
Does it say not safe for dogs? Or
I don't know. Probably something about like these are orange cigarettes that if you squish the things, it's menthol and orange.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been in Japan, but the Tokyo Disneyland, this back 2005, 2000, maybe 6-ish. I can't remember the last time I was there. They still had smoking sections in the park. The cigarettes taste different.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't smoke enough, but we smoked a bunch of Okinawan cigarettes in Vegas.
Well, even the same brand would taste different. That was back when I smoked. I think Marlboros, but I would usually end up getting the Lucky Strikes. That was one I could find everywhere.
They let some kind of fish eat the tobacco, and then the fish poops the tobacco, and then they smoke that tobacco because then it's more exotic or something.
I don't know.
there's a picture of that Ferris wheel, or it's called the High Roller. Each one of those cabins holds 40 people.
What?
Wow.
I didn't know there was that many.
Yeah.
Wow. That's too many. Nobody needs that many people in here. There's no way they're full all the time.
Probably
could
not
that
during
many
the
people-
day.
How could that many people want to go on that thing? How many of those little pods are there? 100?
I wouldn't want to go with,
40 people? No way.
39 other people I don't know.
I'd go. I thought it was like 8 people. Like,
There are
okay,
32 passenger cabins, each with a 40 passenger capacity.
that's too many people. It's thousands
Well,
of
that
people.
was preliminary. They ended up with 28 cabins. Okay. I don't know if we zoom in on them whether you're going to see much detail or not.
Yeah, that's so many people that you could be like up there with like 4 different groups of people having different adventures up there, like a whole family, and then like a bachelor party, and then like a group of people from an office or whatever. Like, it's a lot of people.
Well, considering that was taken with my telephone, that actually pretty decent picture. For just a snapshot, I snapped to send back to my daughter because she wanted to see some of the things I see in Vegas. So think I took that from probably, I'm guessing from the wine garden.
Plus, it's just a matter of time before that thing gets knocked off of there and just starts rolling down the strip.
Yeah, let's see, I took that one.
What was this at, like, when could that have even been when there's nobody in there? You like the thing opened and you hauled ass to
It
there?
was early in the morning.
Like,
It was
holy
like
crap.
9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I think it's when I went to the Manus booth and they were busy. So I
Yeah.
stepped out here and took some pictures.
I don't think I've ever seen it that empty.
There's the bridge going across over to the Caesars Forum.
So that ball is essentially like, I don't even know how you took that picture without seeing the ball. It's right there, like right behind that building or whatever. Like that, you're essentially looking at the ball. Somehow it's not in that picture.
Maybe they got it. They got the
Maybe.
sky scene on it, so it's there. But you
I was going to say maybe it's just showing up.
Camouflage.
You can literally see like a little sliver of it in those pictures because that's looking at right at it.
I don't want to show all my pictures because some
Oh,
of
look at all them nice pictures. Yeah, take those pictures. I'm gonna take screenshots of all those pictures and get them up there before you even get a chance to get them.
No, but there's some pictures we took back at the Airbnb that my roommates might not want shared. Maybe
some
a
tasteful
video of
pictures.
somebody doing
Yeah.
the Macarena. A certain gentleman from Oklahoma, shall we say.
You don't learn boudoir photography without practicing boudoir photography.
If you're going to do stuff like that in front of 3 other people who are all holding their phones, you have to expect to be recorded at a certain point. That's what I say. Even if you are in your pajamas. But at least I preserved it for posterity and or blackmail purposes.
So, of the stuff, anything that you'd care to own or see more of from SHOT? All the stuff you've seen from coverage?
For me, the Taurus deputy. I kind of like the look of that, and I'm just waiting to see the TH10s out in the wild.
What is that?
That's the
It's a-
hammer fired.
Yeah, the hammer fired 10 millimeter.
Yeah.
Like a pistol?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a semi-automatic pistol.
I have a TH9.
I've probably got a picture of the TH10 somewhere. Let's see.
And they came out with the TH45 and the TH10, but the 10s aren't really out yet.
Is TH just Taurus handgun?
Hammer.
Oh.
And they have a whole series of them. They have a TH9, a TH40, a TH45, which is right up above it. It's a series they put out a few years ago. But here's your deputy that he was talking about. And that's a single action revolver that's chambered in either 357 Magnum or 45 Colt.
From Taurus.
From Taurus. Yeah, not Rossi. This is actually Taurus.
And then what's in style? Like it's a Colt style, or what is it emulating? It looks like a Colt.
Yeah, they're single action.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not Rugers.
No.
They're not.
No, they explained to me that they said that Ruger stopped producing the Vaquero line this last year because the craftsman who helped them produce that had pretty much all gotten old and retired.
Oh,
And so Taurus saw an opportunity to get in on the single action cowboy type market. And so they're initially coming out with just the polymer grips, but they will eventually have fancier grips for these. But right now, that's all they offer is the polymer. But they're not real high in price. So I don't want to quote MSRP or anything like that because it'll probably get you in trouble. But they are a beautiful, I thought, finish. A lot of people seem to be interested. I think you got 2 different barrel lengths on that, maybe a 4 and a 6 or something like that, 3 or 5.
Yeah, I think it's 4 and maybe 5. 4 point something and 5 point something.
But definitely some variety there. Looks like you got a loading gate. Oversized hammer.
yeah, I don't like that so much, but I'm sure competition people wanted that.
But they seem pretty excited to talk about them, so I would. I've never shot the big calibers like that, but I'd certainly give one a try, that's for sure. Think I'd wait until they had something with maybe a rubberized grip, like a lot of their revolvers are available in those Hogue grips. Might make it a little bit easier to hold on to, but it wouldn't be the traditional cowboy thing then. The cowboys are going to want the wood grips and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, cowboys. I mean, you've never shot a single action revolver in a larger caliber. You're saying
I have not, no.
the, I think of it like back in the day. Those guns all kind of look the same. Same with like old flintlocks and stuff. They all look the same because they had all the time in the world to figure out like how to make a thing that doesn't fly out of your hand. So they're actually not that hard to shoot. You don't have to have
Okay.
really great grip strength or anything. It's something about the, I don't know, something about the shape and the way our hands work, but they pretty much stay in your hand. I mean, if you let go of it, it's going to fall out of your hand like anything, but they're not that bad. And it's a lot of it is the weight of the gun is helping you. There's a lot of gun there, and it's all front heavy, so it's all helping you.
I wouldn't mind owning one.
Tread said he wants a TH357. I don't think they're going to do.
I don't think they
rimmed
make
cartridge.
semi-autos in 357.
What
Desert
about
Eagle.
357 SIG?
Well, yeah, that now. That's a different deal.
Oh, that's what he meant.
What are these your pictures now?
Few of them. Few of the stills I took while I was there, yeah.
Look at all them Tori.
Yeah, Tread said 357 SIG.
There's a 327 Defender. I know they're pushing that 327 round again this year. So.
Can they cram red? They're gonna. Well, I can't wait till they put a red dot on top of a red dot.
They've actually got 2 different mounting plates for this now, so you're...
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's not them that are making it. Other manufacturers are basically supplying aftermarket mounting plates. So rather than Taurus making them, they basically partner with other companies for a lot of that stuff.
I
That's
don't like the look.
605.
I don't like the look of red dots on a revolver.
No.
That's the executive grade 605, I believe, which is a pretty gun too.
I'm kind of torn on the look because it's got the barrel is kind of Kimber looking.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it, but there's something about it that I don't
Looks
like.
Europe. Looks too Europe. And can they make that logo larger, please? Can you make a way bigger logo on there? Come on, man. Looks like
You
it's
pay extra for that logo.
I guess. Because it has so much metal in it.
Logos there to lighten it.
Yeah. Whoops. Back to these again. Then you've got, I got more pictures of that. The GX4 Carry. You can get it in sniper green also. So that's their little compact pistol. That with the carry model, it actually has an extended grip. It's got a little bit of a magwell on the bottom of it. A little bit of a you got changeable back straps, much like your Glocks and stuff like that. So it's a pretty neat little pistol. And of course, it's available in a Toro option too. So in case you want to put a dot on it, because everybody wants dots on everything now.
God, they have a dot.
Can't shoot a pistol without a dot now. Come on. There's your FDE.
Dots do make it easier.
And then there's the Judge, which is now available in a Toro, so you can mount an optic plate on top of a Judge.
Finally.
So you can carry a little miniature 410 shotgun or a 45 Colt revolver and have a dot. So you can be precise with that big round.
If you didn't think your Judge was ugly enough, you can throw a dot on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Take a super huge pistol and make it even more super huge. Wait till you see my video. Now, I don't have any stills of it, but the Taurus Judge Home Defender, which has the stock on it and the longer barrel. Yeah, if you watch my video, now that's pretty awesome. Taurus Judge Magnum Toro, the biggest of them all. Whoops, that's me. You don't want to see me.
Eric M509, I like the new Taurus Executive 357 Magnum. Glad they added a hammer. I do like there's a hammer. I didn't like the bobbed hammers.
Yeah, that's something they did different with the 605, yeah.
Do they not do the big curve of guns anymore?
The big curve.
One of their things was like their booth had like that big kind of arc, and all their guns were in a row. You could get like a pretty epic picture all the time.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, it was in a row this year. I liked that better.
They just have too many guns this time now.
They had a lot of guns. They had a rifle that the guy I interviewed didn't know anything about, so he didn't include it. So I felt like I kind of got left out on that. But the guy who was the expert on it was busy. So, and I barely got this interview in on the last day. It was not planned, but it kind of dropped in my lap, and it's like, well, I'm not going to pass up a chance to do a Taurus video because people seem to like those. So. And it's kind of what I do, kind of part of my shtick, I'm the Taurus guy, so.
Well, the videos on affordable guns are very popular.
Mm-hmm. Now, later this week, I've got a video coming out of the holsters that Taurus sells on their website, which they actually partner with UM Tactical for their OEM manufacture of their holsters, which is great because the holster that I carry with my P365 is also from UM Tactical. So it's not a cheap company. It's actually a very good company that they've partnered with.
Did you get any of these things from Hogue?
No, I did not.
You see them sitting there in the end?
What is that exactly? A cleaning mat of some sort? Or?
Yeah, like a Hearts mat or like just a big piece of Hogue rubber, essentially. You didn't see them at the end of their... Did you go to the Hogue booth at all?
I went by it, but they were so busy I couldn't get up to the counter.
Over at the... like away from the knives on the far end of the guns on the floor, they just had stacks of these things.
Oh.
So this is like the bigger one. This is Hogue.
I'd have snagged one of those if I'd have saw them.
They were at the last day they had them. You know how they do? They'll like stand there going, take these, take these, take these, take these. They were doing that.
Yeah, they don't want to take that stuff home.
Yeah, exactly. So they were saying, take as many as you want.
Thing is, didn't really have a lot of extra room in my baggage to bring home swag this year, so I intentionally didn't grab too much. And as is, when I checked my bags at the airport coming home, I was at 48.5 pounds, which limits 50 before they charge you an overage fee. So,
Do you want to see the patches from Shaw?
Sure. Oh, in 2A news, Judge Benitez ruled the California background check for ammo unconstitutional.
yeah, I saw that.
So
I think it was
hooray
on
for
John
that.
Crump's channel.
I don't watch Crump. So that's good news. What was the coolest gun you saw, Gary?
Well, that's a toughie. And of course, I didn't see all the guns or anything like that, but like I say, the Taurus rifle that I didn't get a chance to do on my video was pretty cool. I didn't get any pictures of it either because there were so many people around it. But I did kind of like that Taurus Judge Home Defender. I kind of want one now.
And that's the Judge that was like that long?
Yeah, it's long enough that it has a stock on it. It's
Yeah, it kind of looks like the
like a Shockwave almost length,
Yeah, okay.
but it's a
So-
revolver. And yeah, you could shoot 410 or 45 cold out of it.
So of all the patches, I went and got a bunch of these doormats or whatever, and then started to put them on here in different ways. And then, so essentially there should be hardly any or no duplicates here. This is, there are duplicates. I have copies of some of these, but this should be like one of each type of patch that I found at SHOT Show. That's just some beef jerky falling down.
I do have that GOA patch. That's pretty cool.
Which one?
That deer don't wear Kevlar vest.
You'll have a lot more than that one. So this one is kind of just a bunch of different random stuff. This one kind of became a patch panel. It started out being black and orange and red, I guess, but kind of turned into more. That was a staccato one. All right, so then this one is a bunch of the like gun stuff essentially, and then some of the characters. Ohio Ordnance. Didn't we look at these? Because I was showing you the Smurf one, I think, didn't I?
I think so.
That Kick-Ease FUD. I should put all the FUDs together. I finally got a Yeet cannon. It's the first time I ever got a Yeet cannon. I really like this one. It's just the cover. I like it when they gotta know what they are, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this armor one, you had to go over and pick up the armor in order to get that one. These were from like a patch trade, and you could trade for some of them, but then in order to get that one, you had to go like touch their armor, play with it, and pick it up. Did you get any of these Kick-Ease ones?
No.
They had a bunch of them this year. There's
I
patch
did get
ops.
a whole set of night fishing.
These I only got
Yes.
the one, I guess.
I
keep
got one
forgetting
from
about
each
those.
day.
What were they? Oh, there was a Beavis and Butthead? Or am I crazy? This one was pretty good.
I don't remember what all 4 of them were. They're in my bag in the other room.
This is from Fostech, the people that did the 50 BMG drum mag. This was their patch. And what do you think this one is?
Not sure.
I guess I did do a duplicate of that Smurf one. There's a lot of these.
I have a few of those Palmetto ones. Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people are going to own this one. I'm telling you what. And then this one. That Ballistic Dummy Lab is the one that did that bear skull. And this is the Mountain Billy Gun Lab is the new Wii Tactical. I wish I would have got more of these. I thought this one was pretty cool after the fact. All the flag ones.
Larry Knopf is out there.
That
Ooh, that
badge
shiny
one is
badge
kinda
one.
cool. Yeah.
This thing, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Uh-huh.
crazy?
I heard you talking about it.
That's neat.
Right? I was sitting there and Armentia's like, look what I got. And I'm like, holy crap, that's a patch? So I ran over there and got a couple. But that's crazy, right? That's it.
There's some kind of neat ones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
on
did
the
get the small set of the Ranger eyes from Wee Knife.
Yeah, I didn't get enough. I told her, like, hey, send us a whole bunch of those. So it makes it better to, take pictures.
kind of like that Enforce one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what is Enforce. The lights, I guess? Yeah, it's the lights, the weapons lights. So I don't know if I got that one in a trade. I do not remember picking that one up off a table, though. This one I thought was pretty good, the Utter Chaos.
Oh yeah.
And then I got a bunch of these robots. That gray robot. This is an old one. Fuck Putin. What the fuck? That's 2 wars ago, man. So yeah, that's the only 2 I got. And then this Kinetica. That's last year's. They were definitely more puffy this year. I just couldn't, I didn't know where any of the places were, any of the booths were. And I couldn't keep track of the logos or whatever. None of them stood out in my head. I thought this one was one of the better ones, but I don't even know whose it was. I could have to think about it for a minute. Who was giving these out? But they
Down
didn't
in the
put the logo
basement
on or
somewhere, I
nothing.
think. Because
Yeah.
you sent me a text. By the time I got down there, you were gone, and I couldn't figure out where it was.
It was, you know what it was? Oh, it might have been in the bag with that badge, but it was something where they gave you a couple as a sample. But yeah, I was like, oh man, that's a really nice one. You don't put your own logo on it, so no one's going to know where it came from. Because some of these, like this one, it's a bomb pop or whatever, but then they've got their name in there, so or their logo, or at least, but you'll figure out what it is. But like this guy, I don't know what that one is, but I do. Now I remember. So this one and this one came from with, oh man, they were a set that they gave you a set. They were downstairs. It wasn't Patch Ops, but it was one of the patch companies. But anyway, yeah, so that's what it was. I now I remember. Because this is an example of one of their woven. Like this is a regular embroidered patch. It's a nice one. There's a lot of work in that one. But this one is the woven. So it can be even more detail.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when it was on the panel, I didn't realize it was.
Right.
I thought it was just another PVC.
And then this is essentially like the labels that say like the washing instructions that's made the same way. So it can be way more detailed. And it costs about the same as embroidered. It's just, I have no idea what the machine looks like. It probably looks like some kind of little mini carpet weaving machine or something. But this is how they do like laundry instructions so that they don't wear out.
Right.
I've had a couple of patches. I did the spam cans like that one time. But the thing is, they're so thin because it's essentially a label sewn on Velcro. Like there's nothing to it, so it just feels so flimsy. It looks amazing and it's great. It'll last for a long, long time, but it feels real flimsy. And now I don't know where to focus it.
So, out of all those patches there, which is your favorite?
This year, the favorite one, this Sightmark one is pretty good. I don't know if I've ever had one like that. I don't like the idea of a dead coyote though, because there's too many people. Maybe the cow one this year, because there's plenty of them. There's a lot of them. It's a good one. It's Real Avid. They're cool, and they definitely enjoy the patches. They did a couple of them. This was also theirs, that thing. It's dragon or whatever it is. So I'd say probably this one. What do you think, Gizzard? I think this one is the one most people wanted the most from Stag Arms.
I like the Utter Chaos.
Utter Chaos.
Yeah, the one you just had.
Oh,
cow
yeah.
on it.
Utter. Yeah. This one is a sweet looking patch, though. I mean, that's just a good patch. This one I really liked. I think this is sweet. Blue Line Bears is always a good one. Oh, and then I thought this one was cool this year. The Sugar Skull or whatever it is. So they got their logo in the forehead there.
That Spartan?
Yeah. I don't know what the company is. It was downstairs in law enforcement rooms, I think.
Oh.
And then Weed Knives just has always made good patches, and they rebranded to this Mountain Billy Gun Lab. And I mean, that's just a cool patch. So they did it again. And it's not necessarily made to kids or nothing. It's just kind of a cool patch. Then that badge, is these metal foil badges are pretty neat. But I think the Utter Chaos will be one I'll pick this year. I got a couple of Wicks, though. I didn't have him last year.
If it didn't have the beagle, I love beagles. Beagles are beloved by this channel, but the beagle gets killed in the
Yeah,
beginning
exactly.
of the first movie.
Doesn't make any sense. I missed a fish on the last day that I still haven't even seen, and then a couple others that I just wasn't paying attention. Like I say, I really wasn't doing the patch game this year. I just know where patches are, so I do stop and get them, but I wasn't running around deliberately running back and forth to get patches or anything this year. Oops. Yeah.
Oh, well, how about this?
HereWebsites.com for two-way stickers, patches, books, logo design, web design, 3D printing, technology consulting, and so much more. HereWebsites.com. I forgot to run the banner for tonight. So if you watch this, leave a comment. Anything we talked about? Agree with, disagree with? Tell me how you like your eggs. Ooh, Gizzard,
Yes, sir.
is there anything you would like to plug?
Well, we are back from SHOT Show, which means it's time to resume foul territory this week. That will be Friday, Groundhog Day, also every second matters, at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Be foul territory 249. So I'd love to see everybody there. We've had 2 weeks off, so we should have plenty of rest and hopefully have a good show for everybody. So
You are tan, rested, and ready.
you betcha. So thanks for having me.
G-Webs, anything you want to plug?
All the good stuff that happens throughout the week, the live stuff. Check it out. Enjoy it. I think if the groundhog sees his infringements, we have 2 more years worth of rights left or something. How does that work?
Something like that.
Something like that.
So those that were out in the live chat, I appreciate you being there and chatting her up. And if you watch this in replay again, leave a comment. I read all the comments. They are always appreciated. No overnight this weekend. It's an off weekend. So the next chat will be next Wednesday. And yeah. So I hope everybody has a good rest of the night and go do something good.